Okay, here we go. So welcome to the Oakdale City Council. Welcome to the Oakdale City Council regular meeting, May 24th, 2022. Katie, would you do roll call, please?
Councilmember Ingebrigtson.
Here.
Councilmember Olson.
Here.
Councilmember Swedberg.
Here.
Councilmember Zabel.
Here.
Mayor Henke.
Here. Please join me now in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Councilors, at our table tonight, there was an amended agenda. So after reviewing that, does anybody have any other adjustments or changes to the agenda? Could I have a motion then, please?
Motion to approve the agenda as presented.
There's a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
There's a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Then the meeting agenda has been amended as presented to us. So then first up on the agenda is the approval of minutes. We had two meetings. One was the workshop, Oakdale City Council workshop, May 10, 2022, and the regular meeting, May 10, 2022. Looking at the minutes from the Oakdale workshop, councilors, were there any adjustments or changes that you want to see happen? Could I have a motion then, please?
So moved.
There's a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
There's a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Those meeting minutes are approved as presented. Thank you. Second set of meeting minutes would be from the Oakdale City Council regular meeting, May 10, 2022. Upon review, councilors, any changes or things we need to address? Could I have a motion, please?
So moved.
There's a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
There's a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Those meeting minutes are approved as presented. Next up on the docket is a time where it's a proclamation, and it's involving the Skin Cancer Awareness Month. And so it's with pleasure that I read this proclamation. So whereas it is imperative that communities across Minnesota be reminded of the importance of sun safety, and whereas overexposure to UV radiation is one of the major causes of melanoma and non-melanoma skin cancers, and whereas skin cancer is the most common type of cancer in the United States, and whereas skin cancer can be easily prevented if the proper precautions are taken, such as staying in the shade from late morning to mid-afternoon, wearing a wide-brimmed hat and a lightweight long-sleeve shirt, regularly applying a broad-spectrum sunscreen of an SPF 15 or higher with UVA and UVB protections, and avoiding indoor tanning. All these reduce the risk of developing skin cancer. And whereas skin self-examinations should be performed on a monthly basis, as skin cancers are highly treatable when detected early. And whereas the City of Oakdale encourages people to protect themselves and their families against sun damage to their skin and to promote sun safety awareness and education in our community. Therefore, I, Paul Rinke, Mayor of Oakdale, Minnesota, do hereby proclaim the month of May in 2022 as Skin Cancer and Melanoma Awareness Month in Oakdale. In witness thereof, I have hereby set my hand and caused the seal of the City of Oakdale to be affixed on this 24th day of May, 2022. Very good, thank you. Next up on the agenda is a period that we call open forum. Open forum is a chance where anybody that's in the audience that would like to comment on anything going on in the city is welcome to do so. The process that we use is that the person comes up to the podium, states their name and address, and then shares the item or the issue that they want to tell us about. Typically, it's roughly 3 minutes, and if somebody in front of you has already said the same thing, then it's very acceptable just to say that you agree. So is there anybody that would like to share anything with us? Seeing none, I'm going to move on to the next item, which is the consensus motions. Tonight we have consensus motions A through F. Councilors, were there any that you want to change?
Mr. Mayor, I'd like to pull C.
Councilors, any other ones? I'd like to just ask a question about how to handle the consensus motion A, because the Huey helicopter landing, this is
Right.
for the Vets for Music at Walton Park. The helicopter may not be landing, it might just be a
Right.
flyover.
Yep.
Can we just make
That's-
the adjustment here and do the approval?
I don't think we even have to make an adjustment, because that would fall under the special events permit,
Okay.
which they need for the other things anyways. So I think it would just be included in that.
Yep, Mr. Mayor, council members, that is exactly right. The special events permit is the special events permit. These were examples of what was under it. So I mean, you can, but I don't think you need to do that.
Because they're not landing, right?
They are not,
Right.
at this point, no, they're not going to land. I'm sure
Right.
they're not going to land.
Not going to land. Okay,
Okay.
I'm fine leaving it then. So with C taken out for the time being, Counselor, is there anything else? Could I have a motion then, please?
I'll make a motion to approve consensus motions A and B, and D through F as presented.
There's a motion, is there a second?
Second.
There's a motion and a second, is there any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Those motion passes as presented. Councilmember Zabel, you pulled item C. Can you expand on that, please?
Sure, so consensus motion C is a request for a gambling license. These are very non-controversial, and the only reason I pulled it was because I know the applicant through my professional work at ARM, and so due to that, I'm just going to recuse myself. So I'm just going to step out of that one.
Okay. Anything else? Councilors, any questions or add-ons? Could I have a motion then, please, from somebody?
I'll make a motion to approve consensus motion C as presented.
There's a motion, is there a second?
Second?
There's a motion and a second, is there any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? And?
I recuse myself.
Thank you. So I should, I guess, conclude that consensus motion C then passes.
Yep.
Next up is the advisory boards and commissions. And for people who might be tuning in for the first time, we have several commissions, 5 of them. And each of the council members are liaisons with each of those commissions. So for the first one was to the Economic Development Commission. There was no meeting the last period of time. The next one being the Environmental Management Commission meeting. They met on May 16. Councilmember Zabel, were you able to attend?
Yes, I was there. They had a good meeting. It was a good agenda, but they got their work done, so.
Oh, very good.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Good.
Normally, there's a little bit more.
That's it.
For the Planning Commission, there was no meeting, and for the Parks and Recreation Commission, they met on May 17. Councilmember Ingebrigtson?
Very similar to Kevin Zabel, I was there. Not much to report, except they will be doing a park tour, date to be determined. And I'm sure that if any of you wanted to join, everyone would be welcome.
Very good. Thank you. And we get those agendas, so it might be in there when they get sent to us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
or if any of you want to know when, just let me know, and I'll let you know.
Good. Thank you, Counselor.
Yep.
The last one was the tree board, and there was no meeting. So we're going to move on to staff reports. Excuse me. And we have something with engineering. And Mr. Brian Bachmeyer, good evening.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. The one item that is listed is a cooperative agreement with MnDOT and Washington County regarding the County Road 14 Trail and Signal Improvement Project. The council may recall that we've already entered into agreement with Washington County regarding the construction and maintenance of that trail. MnDOT also requires an agreement for 2 purposes. One, to provide their funding for the project, and then secondly, to address maintenance under the 694 right-of-way underneath the overpass. Most of the conditions of the agreement that pertain to the administrative portions apply to Washington County because they are the lead agency. Really, the only thing that applied to Oakdale was in regards to the maintenance of signals and then also the trail across the 694 right-of-way. And there is already an existing contract in place for maintenance with Washington County for the trails along County Road 14, so it really doesn't change anything for the city of Oakdale from a maintenance perspective. And as it relates to the trail improvements, Washington County is responsible for the replacement and major maintenance of the trail. As they are on their right-of-way, they are also on the MnDOT right-of-way. MnDOT has no responsibility for the trail within their right-of-way. So the county basically has the same responsibility as they do on their own right-of-way. And our maintenance then is limited to snow removal, crack repair, and just minor maintenance, which again is very similar to the maintenance responsibilities we have in the county right-of-way. So there is no difference there. It's our recommendation that we approve the agreement because we want the state to participate in the project and the maintenance is consistent with what we have with the county. With that, I stand for any questions the council may have.
Very good. Thank you, Brian. Councilors, anything for Mr. Bachmeyer? Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you.
Councilors, can I have a motion, please?
I'll make a motion to waive reading, adopt resolution number 2022-56, approving the cooperative agreement between MnDOT, Washington County, and the city of Oakdale for construction costs of County State Aid Highway 14 Signal and Trail Project.
We have a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
There's a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Then that motion passes as presented. Thank you. Next up was our time with our city attorney, Mr. Jim Thompson. Good evening.
Mr. Mayor, members of the council, nothing specific to report. Happy to answer questions, though.
Thank you. Councilors, anything for Jim? Very good. Thank you. Next up would be a time with our administrator, Chris Volkers.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, City Council. I have before you tonight current policy MIS 1013, which talks about commission appointments and reappointments. And the proposal in front of you today is to amend section 7.2 and 7.3. And it's really to streamline the process for reappointments to save the time and effort of commissioners who we are very pleased and thankful for their service to not have to have them come in for another interview for reappointment. That's a proposal before you. There is an option on 7.3. It is that those reappointments would be, would go directly to the council on consent for reappointment, or there's an option to go to workshop first for discussion collectively but not interviewing, and then to the council meeting for consent agenda. So it is the council's preference, whatever you prefer to do. So you have two options before you. And we need a decision on one.
So, Chris, in this policy change consideration, the biggest issue is that rather than having the reappointment come in to the council and discuss, one option could just be discussing that reappointment at our workshop individually or as a group.
Collectively. Like you'd get the whole list of reappointments, those interested, and then put it on a workshop agenda, see if you have any comments for discussion at a workshop. It adds the extra step of going to workshop instead of straight to council, but that is absolutely an option.
Where we take out the
They don't interview.
coordination of
correct.
coming
Right.
in.
Yes.
Right.
Councilors, what do you think?
Mr. Mayor, it'd be my preference just to go right to the consent agenda. I think we have a really good process in place where the staff liaison for the commissions, the council liaisons, and the chairs could do their due diligence and take out the need for going to workshop. If there was an issue where we don't think somebody should be reappointed, I would hope that it's caught through that process, you know, through our staff and the council liaison. So for me, it feels like an unnecessary step. I believe we could go right to consent.
You guys all in favor of that, or do you
No,
want Keep
I
going.
have a difference of opinion.
Councilmember Swedberg, go ahead.
That I would like the proposed language be, or a compromise could be that we just get a list at the previous workshop, and if there's anyone we have a concern, we discuss it there, and then it goes on the consensus the following meeting.
Okay,
Did you say you prefer B?
I think you meant A.
Oh. B is right. to
Oh, yes,
consent.
yes, I want proposed
Behind
language
that
A.
Oh, okay.
Yep,
Yes, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, that it,
I tracked with you.
yeah.
Okay. Susie, any thoughts? Jake?
I'm with proposed language B, and I would say, kind of to piggyback off of Kevin, if there was reason for concern of a commissioner that would come up long before the day of reappointment or the week before reappointment, and that we would have already taken care of it with our tools that we already have.
But just going from past history, it has not been, so that's.
Well, we
we've
need to
had-
get better at
Yeah,
that, probably.
right.
Okay, thank you. Jake?
I'm also option B, and to Kevin's point, just put it on the consent. I think any issues that would arise long before that point, so.
Yeah, I'm in that boat also, and one of the reasons that I recall we started having people come in and interview was the desire on the commissioners and commission side to have more time with the council members.
Sure.
I think since our enhancement of the liaison work and making it almost a formal, making it a formal reporting element and opportunity, and all of us playing a little bit more serious role in that, I think that can handle it. I would like us to consider ways of engaging with the commissioners more often, be it a park cleanup or, a special event or arbor, I don't know, all the things that we do.
Right.
There's got to be opportunities we can dovetail better, and that'd be really enjoyable. So with that said, can I have a motion then, please?
I'll make a motion to amend language relating to boards and commissions' appointment, reappointment, and service in policy MS 13, sections 7.2 and 7.3, including proposed language B.
There's a motion, is there a second?
Second.
There's a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed?
Nay.
The motion passes. Thank you. Chris, anything else?
No, unless there's questions of council.
Councilors, anything for City Administrator Wilkers? Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Council presentations is next up. I think we'll start down on the right with Councilmember Ingebrigtson.
I have nothing.
Okay. Councilmember Olson.
Nothing for me.
For me, it was a letter that was in our packets. It said it was to the mayor and all the city council members. This is around the pickleball activity. And what I want to say is that there's work being done on the costs of doing this, and it's going to be coming back to us in a workshop. Did you guys get it?
No, we did not.
Oh, really? Okay. Tell you what, I'll ask
We'll get it
Chris
after.
to
Yes.
distribute it. And the general request is to expand the number of pickleball courts down at the Tanners Lake area.
With markings?
Yes. So there's a process that can be there, and Chris, I'll have you take care of that.
So that would be part of the 2023 Park CIP?
If it moves that far, the park needs to do something. If they want to have us consider it, or we can consider it on our own, but right now it's just an idea and a request from the pickleball organization.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry about that, because it was real clear that it was to me and
Yeah.
Yeah.
city councilors.
Yeah.
So I thought everybody
Real
had it in their
confused
packet.
looks on our
we're-
faces.
There were a couple of you that said. Councilor Swedberg, any presentations?
Yeah, the only thing I want to remind everyone about the Landscape Revival event in Oakdale on Saturday, June 4th, at our new location at the Oakdale Fire Station 1. It's from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m., and there'll be the food truck there, and I encourage everyone to come out. This year, we will have exhibitors. They will be inside the fire station, so looking forward to it.
Thank you. Councilmember Zabel.
I have two. First, a big congratulations to the graduates at Tartan and North High School. Their high school career has certainly not been easy. They have had to deal with a lot, but that is a tremendous accomplishment. So congrats to all of them. That's pretty cool. The second one is a little lengthier, so bear with me. So there's this nonprofit out there called World Central Kitchen. And they travel the world going into impacted regions to, provide food, cook meals, support people that are going through a hard time. And so right now they have a really big presence in Poland, supporting refugees from Ukraine that are coming across the border. the cool local angle is Ryan Wentz, the owner and manager at Wild Boar, is in Poland right now helping that group. So he and his significant other, Sarah, left about a week ago to fly over there on their own expense, brought a bunch of, sweatshirts from Wild Boar, and just to offer his time and talents in supporting this organization, cooking with, other people from the culinary industry and making a big impact. So I thought that was a really cool thing that somebody in our community is doing to really make a difference. And so just wanted to thank him for what he's doing and show our appreciation. It's really cool.
Very neat, very amazing.
Yeah.
Anything else?
That's it.
Okay. One of the things that you said was the graduates from North and Tartan, and also there was a recognition banquet almost for both schools for the people who were the top 10% and achieved outstanding results in their high school careers. And so congratulations to both groups from each North High and Tartan. Very cool. Back to the agenda, we have claims. So in front of us tonight, we have the summary of claim rosters from May 7, 2022 through May 2022 in the amount of $1,024,585.79. As you reviewed this, did you see anything that you had questions about or want to remove? Could I have a motion then, please?
Motion to approve claims is presented.
There's a motion, is there a second?
Second?
There's a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Then the claims are approved as presented. Thank you. Could I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Could I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The motion passes and this meeting is adjourned. Thank you and good night.